Hi guys, so here Rory here, co-founder of Sublime Trading, here with your daily update for the UK and US indices for Wednesday, the 20th of May. Alright guys, hope you're well. So Monday we had a bullish start. Yesterday we saw a bearish day. So what does that tell us? Ultimately that tells us that price is still trading inside an area of consolidation. Starting with the Ftse 100, we're still waiting for price to break and close convincingly above the high of April to suggest a continuation to the upside, or the low of March to suggest a continuation to the downside. Currently it's displaying more bullishness than bearishness, so the chances of the high of April being broken are much higher than the low of March. Moving across to the US indices, starting with the Dow Jones and actually the S&P 500, both are still struggling to break through the high of April, so waiting for a convincing break and close above that resistance and the 200 simple moving averages. Ultimately the Nasdaq very much leading the way, is trading above the 200 moving average, but we want to see a break and close above the high of May to suggest a continuation of the bull trend towards the current all-time high. So all in all, still waiting for breakouts, ideally bullish breakouts, so patience still needed for now. Looking at the S&P 500 mini so far today, which tells us pre-market action, what we're seeing is bullishness coming in. So we had a bullish Monday, we had a bearish Tuesday, and so far pre-market action is saying we're seeing bullishness coming back in. Of course, it's the end of day candlestick that gives us the most information, so we really need to see how the day ends, but potentially we could see bullishness continue through to today. So let's get into the charts, let's catch up with price action and potentially what we could see through the rest of today into the rest of the week.
So guys, if you're new to these daily updates, I recommend starting with the recording that's pinned to the top of our Facebook page so you get a good understanding of what I go through in these charts. Okay, so as always, this is our 3-screen setup. We have the monthly in the top left, weekly in the top right, and our daily chart down here across the bottom. Starting with the Ftse 100, we can see April was bullish, May so far is also looking bullish, but we're waiting for the high of April to be cleared and then strength towards the low of 2019. Moving across to the weekly time frame, price is below the 200 moving average and the 50 simple moving average. So far this week is looking bullish, and we can also see that price trading above that 6,000 round number. If you look on the scale, currently at 6011. If we come down to the daily time frame, price is still below the 200 moving average but above the 20 and the 50 simple moving averages. This was the bullish bar for Monday. We can see yesterday was a slightly bearish day, with price still having not broken through the high of April, which is ultimately what we're waiting for to suggest a continuation of this bull revival, and then we're likely to see price move towards that 200 moving average. Moving across to the US indices, starting with the Dow Jones, we can see that the month of May is still inside the range of April, but still finding support at the low of 2019. On the weekly time frame, price is currently trading above the 200 moving average in this little area of consolidation, below the 50 simple moving average. On the daily time frame, price is below the 200 moving average but above the 20 and above the 50 simple moving averages, which are currently support. This is yesterday's bullish action. This is Monday's bullish action. This is yesterday's bearish action, which ultimately means price is still inside this area of consolidation. We want to see this high point cleared for price to suggest strength towards the 200 moving average. Similar setup on the S&P 500. We can see that May is looking bullish, really looking for that momentum to start pushing price towards the current all-time high. On the weekly, price is above the 200 moving average but immediately below the 50 simple moving average. We can see this pullback that price is in, or this bull revival. And on the daily time frame, price is directly below the 200 moving average and the 3,000 round number. Again, the gap up from Monday, and then Tuesday's price action was a little bit bearish, which has kept price inside this area of consolidation. Ultimately, what we're waiting for now is this momentum to take price through this area of resistance and then strength towards that all-time high. Moving across to the Nasdaq very much leading the way. We can see that the month of May is looking very much bullish, trading above the high of last year. Price is looking to push towards that current all-time high. On the weekly time frame, price is above the 200 and the 50 simple moving averages. We can see this bull revival. Price is not too far off the all-time high. Currently, as we speak, this week is a little bit of, it's been a quiet week so far. It's been bullish and then bearish, ultimately waiting really for price to for momentum to come in and really push price towards that current all-time high. If we look at on the daily time frame, we can see more detail. Price above the 200, it's above the 50 simple moving averages, and also the 20 simple moving average is acting as immediate support. So we can see this pullback which came to the 20 simple moving average. We've had a bounce off it. Yesterday's price action attempted to break through the high of May, the previous high of May, closed below it. So we do have a new high for May. What we're looking for really is that continuation towards the upside. Didn't get a break and a close above the previous high of May. We just got a break. Ultimately, now what we want to see is a break and a close above yesterday's high to suggest strength towards the current all-time high. Moving across to the S&P 500, looking at S&P 500 mini, that is, looking at the monthly, we can see price is bullish. On the weekly time frame, price above the 200 but directly below the 50 simple moving average. Bullish week so far this week. And on the daily time frame, price is directly below the 200 moving average and the 3000 round number, but finding support at the 20 simple moving average, above the 50 simple moving average as well. Bullish start to the day, but remember, this is pre-market action. It's the end of day candlestick that will give us the most information. Ultimately, what we really want to see is this bullish action continue through this key area of resistance ahead, and then that will be a strong sign for price to move towards that current all-time high. So a little bit of patience needed on this. Potentially we may see price break through this resistance area at some point today or maybe even this week, but patience until price actually dictates that. So still standing aside, but hopefully not too long before we start seeing breakouts to the upside. That's me for today, guys. Please like, comment and share. Let's get people understanding how to use the indices correctly to build a solid investment portfolio, and I will see you on tomorrow's recording.